Southern Nevada water officials continuing to keep close tabs on a couple of large algae blooms. So are there anything that we should be worried about, or especially at a time when, of course, our lake levels are just pretty low there?
News 3's Steve Wolford joins us live at the Southern Nevada Water Authority headquarters with a closer look.
Well, that's right. This is kind of a tale of two lakes, and we'll sort of lay it out for you with the good news and the bad news. So let's start with the bad news. These particular algae blooms are caused by cyanobacteria, and they are toxic. Cyanobacteria is potentially harmful to humans. It can be ingested or absorbed through the skin. These are some of the pictures posted on the Lake Mead National Recreation Area Facebook page, and these kinds of algae blooms occur in the summer. Now, the good news. This has all been happening around Nelson Landing and Cottonwood Cove and Lake Mojave, not Lake Mead, which is our main water source. I spoke earlier today with Bronson Mack with the Southern Nevada Water Authority about what's being done to monitor the water coming from Lake Mead.
Well, we can see algae blooms occur from time to time in Lake Mead or Lake Mojave. Now, the Water Authority also samples water from Lake Mead at our intakes where the water comes into the treatment plant. We also sample and test water as it leaves our treatment plant. So we've got double confirmation that our water meets or surpasses drinking water standards, and this algae is not posing any kind of a risk.
Well, Max says these algae blooms are, if nothing else, a recreational hazard. If you're out boating or swimming, you should avoid them. I also spoke with the Park Service at Lake Mead earlier today about specifically what they're doing to monitor these kinds of things. We'll have more on that coming up on News 3 Live at 6. But again, to be clear, we're talking about algae blooms on Lake Mojave, Lake Mead. As far as the water samples go, other than the water levels, Lake Mead is in good shape.
The owner of Trailways Residential and Behavioral Health is looking to open a new Las Vegas facility that will benefit the community in what they call a very positive way. And Craig Hancock joins us live to talk all about it. Craig, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you're there on the other side. There you are. Alrighty, so we were talking a little bit about this. This is a one-stop shop to really trying to improve the lives of people who need a little extra help, if you will. Tell us more about what you do.
Well, my name is Craig Hancock, and I'm the owner of Trailways Behavioral Health, and it's a social service company that also has a housing component where we help individuals trying to get back on their feet and get back to life, living a good quality of life.
Alrighty, and how do you plan to help them do that?
Well, generally what happens is that we have a network of professionals that we work with. We also have a housing residence. It's 7,000 square feet. And we work with these individuals on a day-to-day basis, ensuring that they have some success in life through professional development, therapy, therapeutic services, health and wealth management as well.
Right. So when we say one-stop shop, we really do mean it. And I hear you're in the final stages of opening the facility. Tell us about that, and how close are you to unveiling it to the public?
Well, yes, we are in the final stages, but we are asking the community for help. And the reason why is because we have to install a very expensive sprinkler and alarm system in order to get residents into the facility. We're close. So we purchased the residents, we have the beds, we're up to code and up to standard. But the last component realistically is the sprinkler and alarm system.
All right, how much are you trying to raise, and how can people help out?
Well, currently we're attempting to raise $30,000 through our GoFundMe. And we have currently raised about $3,000 with some of the community's help. And we're just looking for maybe an additional help in order to make this program run successfully. You can find us at twhealth.org, and we have our GoFundMe on there if anyone wants to donate.
All right, so you're 10% there, and hopefully other people will dig deep in their pockets to help you get to the other 90%. Tell us why this is something that's near and dear to your heart, Craig.
Well, I've been a social worker for almost 15 years, and I've always had the niche to help individuals get back on their feet, live a better quality of life. And I've noticed that it has a positive impact on people whenever they have ways of removing those stressors in life, like not having a place to live, not having food, and also not having the resources to seek help in order for them to gain.
All right, so as they say, this sounds like it's a hand up instead of a hand out. And thank you so much, Craig Hancock, for joining us to tell us all about your project, and we wish you the best of luck. Ticks on getting rid of the grass that nobody is using or uses. Businesses, HOAs, apartment complexes, and local governments all have to do their part to help us save water. By January 1st, 2027, those thousands of acres of green, well, they have to be gone.
So where to find our Jeff Gillen on some grass, of course. Jeff?
That's right. Good evening, everybody. This is our backyard here at Channel 3. 1 square foot of grass right there, 1 square foot, 73 gallons of water a year it takes to keep that stuff green. Here's a thought. The majority of grass you see in the valley would not be allowed under current building code. So, with Lake Mead dropping and a water shortage looming, Assembly Bill 356 puts a timer on the roughly 4,000 acres that consume 10% of our water supply. It has to be gone by January 1st, 2027.
It's common sense that we take out turf in the community that's not being used.
I met Colby Pellegrino recently at a meeting of the Non-Functional Turf Removal Advisory Committee, the group set up under 356 that will come up with definitions of the non-residential turf the bill targets. It's the grass and medians, next to roads, in front of businesses, the stuff only a lawnmower touches. We can't afford it anymore. Next January, Southern Nevada's allotment of water from Lake Mead gets cut by 7 billion gallons. The good news for us is we've already conserved so much we won't feel this round. But the drought shows no sign of ending. Scott Black sits on the committee.
You know, this is a very, very real issue that we're facing, and so if we don't face it now, we'll have to deal with it probably in a more difficult set of circumstances later.
The committee will have only 2, maybe 3 meetings to come up with definitions that spell out what grass stays and what grass goes. The 9 voting members represent a cross-section of interests, from environmentalists to golf courses to apartment complexes. For example, at commercial properties, older ones have grass in courtyards, fashionable back in the 80s and 90s when Lake Mead was full. Dave Strickland represents commercial developers.
In the industry of commercial buildings, I think it's important to have people places.
He's all for conserving water, but says those places serve a purpose. Will that grass go? Just one decision of many for this committee with a big job. And back now live, the committee sends its recommendations to the Water Authority Board, which will vote on them next January.
Hi everybody, I'm Reed Cowan from News 3 Las Vegas. We want to thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Remember, you can always see more of our videos by clicking on the video links. And also don't forget to click that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of our YouTube updates. Thanks for watching.